Hello, welcome back to New Gameplay Today. I'm Leo Vader, joined today by Andrew Reiner.
Hello, good sir.
What exciting thing are we looking at today?
This is Overwatch 2's story experience.
Yeah.
New PvE for the upcoming sequel that does not have a release date yet,
Right.
but will be coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch simultaneously.
And Switch. That's right.
So this is you playing as Lucio, I believe.
This is you right now. as a
Oh
matter of
no,
fact.
this is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, already. We switch back and forth throughout this video. We're going to show all the characters, and me and Reiner playing as each of them.
So this is the first level of the story experience. There's a CG intro called 0 Hour that plays before this. It's when you boot up Overwatch 2, you see that.
And that's what they saw at BlizzCon?
Yes, and this is the first level called Rio de Janeiro, or the map is Rio de Janeiro, and this is Lucio's hometown. So this is what appears to be his kind of DJ room where he records. What we started in was his house,
Yep.
or where he, I don't know, where he hangs out, I guess, one of his
Sleeps.
rooms.
We're touring the grounds. So these characters each have talents that mix up the PvE gameplay in a way that hasn't been done in Overwatch before. The one we're looking at with Tracer right now is that every time I do that blink, I reload my guns. So you can see I'm skipping reloading repeatedly by dashing.
Yeah, and Blizzard doesn't know if these talents will actually be in the story experience or the hero missions. They're designed for hero missions. Since they didn't have a hero mission ready for BlizzCon or for our visit, they decided to add the talent select to the story experience. They like it so much that it might end up sticking.
Yeah, I hope they at least do some form of it because it really makes each mission a lot more fun.
So here's something new to the PvE experience. Obviously, Overwatch 1 had the Archives missions and Junkerstein's Revenge, but now you can equip different items. Like Leo just grabbed a turret, a common rarity turret, which he could drop like Torp.
Yeah, essentially.
And here I am, again, failing as Lucio. Actually, I'm looking pretty good here.
Oh, that's because this is me actually playing.
Oh,
as-
jeez.
Yeah, that explains it. But as you can see, a 90-second cooldown on those consumables, so they're very powerful with long cooldowns. But these are very pretty areas to be moving through.
Like the Archives missions, each story experience mission has set heroes. So this one is Rhine, Tracer, May, and Lucio. So 4-player co-op experience.
Right, they've talked about possibly mixing up who you can play as in each mission, like giving you some choice. But again,
They don't
this
know
is all
yet.
early on, yeah.
Just made it to the plaza.
Nice.
We've made it to the plaza.
So a lot more scripted sequences, destruction in the environments. Story experience is longer. You can see right here, this little area is perfect for May to put up a wall
Yeah,
to block this Obliterator, I think his name is.
yeah. At high levels of coordination, you're going to be able to...
You can
So
knock
he's got
off
efficiently.
his limbs. You can see he's missing one gun. There goes the other one.
Yeah, once you knock them both off, the thing just dies. I will say, if you prefer this gameplay without our commentary, that's on GameInformer.com right now. You'll find that link in the description. Or hello, if you're already here. Welcome to GameInformer.com. Boy, it's fun to play this as a group.
It is so good.
I really like the way the powers mesh together. There are times where I was booping people as Lucio into May walls. Stuff like that was very satisfying.
And one of Lucio's talents is when he does boop someone into a wall, that stuns them.
Right. Right. It was a shame we could only play with the first level of talents because
Yeah.
there's at least 3 at the moment.
6 total per character, right?
Right, that you can switch between. And they're very interesting. The one we had for Lucio here was that when I do the crossfade, it does it for both of them. You know, when I press that E button, it does speed and healing at the same time.
Yeah, called Amp It Up.
Amping it up.
But my big takeaway was this was every bit as enjoyable and exciting as playing PvP. There were times where we had 3 people down on the ground. We're playing on normal right now. We tried it on expert, and it got extremely difficult.
Yes, we didn't make it past this part we're at right now, I don't think.
But it got down to, like, great PvP matches where one move matters, right? Like one person using the ult at the right time, or deploying having the time to revive someone at the right time. Like, it got really intense, and I
Right.
never really felt that in the Archives missions. Even playing on the harder difficulties, it just didn't feel quite like this.
It definitely didn't feel like it was full game material before, but this is definitely making a better case for it.
And it's comes down to better level design, more aggressive spawns, more interesting enemies.
Yeah.
All of that culminates in a big way. Here's a new enemy type. Nice shooting.
Oh, thanks, man.
Holy cow.
Had to make sure to include that.
Yeah, so there are co-op passive abilities that are only in PvE. Like, so Ryan, when he has his barrier deployed, he moves faster.
Yeah.
Little things like that will make the heroes more powerful or dynamic, that are only for co-op.
I only worry about them, you getting so used to it when you go back into PvP and you don't have that anymore.
There's Echo. We don't know if she's playable yet. She is a part of Overwatch. The story revolves around Winston reforming the team to take on this new null sector threat. And we are now on a null sector command ship. This is the new Overwatch shuttle. It's different than the one you obviously use in the pregame lobbies, the Orca.
Right. Back to this sweet Reiner gameplay.
Oh, God.
Echo, they refuse to confirm whether or not that character is going to be playable, but they're getting
She's
a lot
gotta
of screen
be.
time right now.
Yeah. And
What we've seen
she
so
has
far.
wings on her back. You think she might be... She looks like she might be DPS, maybe a counter to Pharah or something like that. We'll
Sure.
see. They're usually pretty clever with their hero designs, so I don't want to say too much without knowing for sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the shield. So you could go in there, and it's a nice barrier. You can see that the Omnics cannot shoot through it.
Somebody else put down healing as well. You were near death there.
Yeah.
You got saved.
it's
If
a
you do
constant.
go down, you can get revived.
One thing to know about this command ship, it looks like these are all drop pods. They might be. But as we get more into the innards here, it's actually also a factory. Kind of like the battle droids from Star Wars Episode 1.
Right.
Where they're actually making units on the fly. And this appears to be some kind of invasion on Rio. We don't know much about the story, where it's going. Jeff Kaplan, the game director, said Talon does get involved as well. So you can see they're actually making the units in here.
It's a factory. That's how they're able to keep reinforcing their
Well,
troops on the
Tracer's
ground.
bringing us
There
up
you
to speed.
Hopefully you can just destroy all of them right there and then never have to fight anyone.
You actually interact with stuff in the environments. I had to open the door manually there. So you could definitely see they could do a lot more on screen with the new engine than they could in the first game. Heroes have been updated. It's a year later in the lore.
Right.
So Reinhardt has a bun, the hair bun, which is a nice
Yeah.
look. He's a little older, a little crazier in his dialogue, which I love. But a lot of the character designs have been sleeked down. His new armor is built by Brigitte. But Tracer and Lucio you can see has glowing hair now.
Right.
Tracer and May a little sleeker, but their hitboxes are exactly the same. It's just certain parts of the armor aren't as bulky.
Because that's one of the interesting things about the PvP, right? Is that Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1 players will play together, and they'll see that version of that character, depending on what
Yeah, so if
version
you're,
they're playing.
if you're playing Overwatch 1, you can't get the new character models for Overwatch 2, but you could technically have a Tracer from Overwatch 1 playing with a Tracer from Overwatch 2, and they look completely different.
Yeah. That was really surprising. Like, everything they're doing with having Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1 work together is surprising, but that especially, I was like, how is that even possible? I've never heard of something like that. But it seems like the right call.
Yeah, it's you got to think, like, down the road, like, if there's an Overwatch 3, you're going to have 3 different character models. Like,
Right. Reinhardt will just be fully nude by that point.
or retired. Who knows?
Right.
All the characters are returning. We know that much.
Yes.
Not for the story experience, though. We learned that Wrecking Ball will not be a part of it.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
Not all characters will be involved, but with Talon being involved, you have to think Okay, will they be a threat? Does that mean like Reaper and Widowmaker
Yeah.
are bad guys, or will that be another team we play as?
The readings say
Yeah.
that we're getting closer
Will
to
you
the
fight
point.
Reaper
We
in
should
this
head
story?
up that ramp.
I sure hope so.
That'd be very interesting.
And some more epics, and a legendary of
Yeah.
the corrosive grenade, which nice.
Yoink.
And I think we're gonna see a. This might be the next room here.
Yeah.
Oh no, we passed it up. So there was a bridge section where
What would we do without
Tracer
you?
can leap across it into open air, which is actually leads to a secret for a legendary turret.
Our levels are all
And every hero can get there. They might need to combine forces, like putting down a May wall, so Reinhardt can cross over the empty space
Yeah.
to get it. But there are secrets in the environments as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how far they go with that, if they're going to be collectibles and everything. That'd be interesting, because the hero missions are the ones that are designed to be replayed more so
Right.
than the story missions.
Lucio's lobby, you could destroy stuff just like a pregame lobby.
Yep.
The beachfront, you could destroy stuff. This room is pretty, I don't know, the geometry doesn't allow for a lot of it. But here we're working as a team to take down the reactor core to sink this command ship. And at every 25%, the shield goes back up and more enemies spawn. And I think we actually start dying here.
Not in this version of gameplay, we
This
don't.
seamless playthrough,
Yeah.
spliced from many runs.
The first time we ever tried it, we died. And then we got to play it a few more times, and we didn't fail it after that. It's like a very learnable boss.
So when a hero falls, it's not, they don't respawn. They fall to a knee and they can crawl around. There's a timer on how long they can live, and you could revive them in that time. There's also a revive timer, so there's a great risk-reward factor there.
And
So if you have
consumables
3
are great
people
for
down,
Yeah.
do you try to finish the level yourself, or do you revive everyone?
Consumables are nice to have for those moments where you need something to cover you. Throw it on the shield or throw it on the turret.
Yeah, consumables have a 90-second refresh.
We can do this.
On the common level, I'm not sure about the other levels, especially
It
like
seemed
the
about the
legendary. About the same.
Yeah. Back on that sweet Reinhardt gameplay.
Yeah. You really had to scrub through it to find some good clips.
The best of the best. There is a talent for Reinhardt where his Earth Shatter is a big circle AoE all around you rather than just directional, which is interesting. That's what most of the level 1 talents were. You were choosing between a more general one to have or one for your ultimate.
Yeah, and Kaplan walked us through a bunch for other characters that aren't featured here, like Torb. He could throw down a giant turret. It could be a flame turret, or he could throw down 3 different turrets and create like a flame car wash.
Yeah.
So we got to see a bunch of stuff for the cover story. That's on GameInformer.com and in the magazine out now, digitally for people to read, and heading to your mailbox if you're a physical subscriber. So here's the first boss in the game.
Our mortal enemy.
He's kind of like Rhino from Spider-Man. He has the giant horn, and like Reinhardt, he can charge you. He can also raise a hand and create a electrical AoE effect on the ground.
Yes.
This purple energy, you'll see. There it goes. And he's creating that.
That's the one that took us a while to learn how to deal with. Really got to know when to back off.
If you watch the 0 hour intro video, there's a huge mech that you see. They wouldn't say outright if you get to battle that in the campaign, but pretty much said, yes, there will be giant adversaries.
Yeah. An enemy that big. It was like the size of a skyscraper.
You have to wonder if maybe that's where Farah comes into play, or,
Yeah.
Mercy, where you have more verticality.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And maybe Echo. Who knows? There will be new heroes introduced in the campaign. We don't know how long it is. Jeff did say at one point when we were there that if we're playing together, I could jump into your story campaign at any point. But if I'm playing solo or, by myself, jumping into a quick play kind of thing with other players, I can't go immediately to chapter 8. You got to go in order.
Right.
So he did say chapter 8. I don't know if he just said that just as a generalization or if there are 8 chapters.
There are story cutscenes in Engine. We saw them, but we didn't get to capture them.
Correct. And they're very cinematic. Very Avengers-esque in how they're designed.
Very Avengers. Lots of fun quips. Sassy characters.
And this
Yeah.
is a cool escape sequence, which we made short work of. A minute left.
Yeah.
And
We're
then you
pros.
get an outro cutscene.
Yep, that's right. Stay tuned for more Overwatch. Next week we have gameplay of the PvP mode, Push, coming out on our site. So stay tuned for that. Gaming can be hard. Watching people play games shouldn't be. New Gameplay Today is your path to getting fun, informational previews of upcoming games and the releases of the day. It's New Gameplay Today, a marginally new way to spend your time.